like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Good evening and welcome. Hi, Chris Chandler here with Johnathan Calloway, and we are about 10 minutes away from tip-off of this exciting final regular season home game featuring the Broken Bow Lady Savages taking on Rattan Lady Rams and the Savages and the Rams in what promises to be a thrilling contest featuring two very, very good star players. But we are going to have senior night. It is senior night here, the final home regular season game for the seniors of Broken Bow. So we will recognize them. We will be back in just a few minutes with the recognition of the seniors on the Broken Bow Savages and Lady Savages, and then the tip-off for the girls game. After this, words from our sponsors. See you in about 3 minutes.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
And again, big thanks to those media partners and sponsors. Appreciate them allowing us to bring you these athletic contests where anytime on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. You can watch them live or on the archive from the convenience of your phone or the comfort of your home. And really proud of what Broken Bow student athletes have done. McCurtain County student athletes. Tonight's game, of course, features Broken Bow taking on Rattan and Rattan Rams, the boys team, the two-time defending MC6 champion in this very gym. The girls play obviously competed in the MC6 as well, so this is not an unfamiliar place for them to play. Of course, Rattan again just across the Pushmataha County line, but not an unfamiliar place for the. So as you see them walk onto the court for the Rattan Lady Rams to play, played 3 games here earlier this year, I guess, just barely in a year. In fact, about a month ago in the MC6 tournament in January. But they'll be taking on the Broken Bow Lady Savages. Lady Savages coming off a tough loss on the road in the Washington Tournament Championship to Washington. And so very unfamiliar territory for this Broken Bow Lady Savage team, as they are going to be trying to end a 2-game losing streak. They were 17-1 going into those 2 games. But again, played Howell here at home. They had beaten the Lady Lions earlier, but Howell, the number 2 ranked team in Class 2A. And they had a loss there, and then going on the road, surprisingly, were about an underdog against Washington at Washington, and could not pull off the victory there. But looking to get back on the winning side of things tonight on senior night here against Rattan, and features some incredible talent. And if you watch if you watch live or our broadcast of that game against Howell, you noticed. During the, I think, talked about a couple of juniors, but now we're going to turn things over to Jerry Falling as he is going. Talked about a couple of juniors, but now we're going to turn things over to Jerry Falling as he is going to handle the introductions of the senior members of these teams for senior night. Here's Jerry. Well, there seems to be a procedural issue going on down there, but we'll talk about these seniors on our own there. Of course, just 2 on the Lady Savages, and that's Katie Rogers. What a career she's had started since she was a freshman, and Aubrey Hightower, really great all-around athletes and fantastic basketball players. Rogers has really stepped up. Both have actually stepped up this year and featured in games. Rogers, one of the things that's surprising, he has added to this year notably to her game, as always a good defensive player, but is averaging about 1.5 blocks per game. Again, not the tallest player, not a paint player, but still getting in there, getting some blocks defensively. So to see them, and then of course on the boys' side, it's going to be those 5 young men, and of course you recognize 4 of those guys played for the Savage football team, so got a little bit of a late start here in basketball season, but really and then Jackson McDaniel. McDaniel, by the way, has surpassed a big milestone in his career, as he now has 509 career points, so over 500 career points for Jackson McDaniel. Keep in mind, playing for 3 years with Graydon Howell as a teammate. So great group of seniors we have there. I'm going to turn it over to Jerry as he does the introduction of these seniors, and he has the information.
Tonight, Aubrey's being escorted by her parents, Audra Davis and Ashley Hightower. Her future plans are to attend Oklahoma Wesleyan University and play basketball on a scholarship. Aubrey plans to major in health and become an ultrasound technician. Miss Aubrey Hightower. Our next senior tonight is Miss Katie Beth Rogers. She is being escorted tonight by her parents, TJ and Catherine Rogers. Katie's future plans are to attend Southeastern State, Oklahoma State University in the fall and follow God's will for her life. Katie's life verse is Matthew 5:16, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Miss Katie Beth Rogers. Our next senior is Mr. Sky Baker. He's being escorted tonight by his aunt Carrie Baker and his dad Kelly Baker. Sky's future plans are to go to college and pursue his education in a degree of his choice. Mr. Sky Baker. Our next senior tonight is Mr. A.J. Brannon. Tonight, A.J. is being escorted by Jackie and Marion Wheeler. A.J.'s future plans are to go play football at Doane University and pursue a degree in computer science to become a cyber security specialist. Mr. A.J. Brannon. Our next senior this evening is Mr. Isaiah Fields. Tonight, he's being escorted by Jamie and Alex Fields. Isaiah's future plans are to attend college and get a degree in computer science. Mr. Isaiah Fields. Our next senior tonight is Mr. Javian Heath. Tonight, Javian is being escorted by his mother, Jessica Ramsey, and his brothers. Javian's future plans are to finish high school and attend college and run track, pursue a degree in business and finance. Mr. Javian Heath. Our next senior tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Jackson McDaniel. Jackson's being escorted tonight by Lacey McDaniel and Todd McDaniel. His future plans are to attend Northeastern State University in Tahlequah to study business finance. He plans on traveling after college and coming home to take over his parents' cabin company. Mr. Jackson McDaniel. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big hand for your class of 2026.
A lot of talent there on the floor, and the aforementioned Jackson McDaniel surpassing 500 points in his career. Well, yeah, it's senior night here, but not the final. It is the final regular season home game, but it is not the final home game for the seniors, as Broken Bow has been announced as the site for the district tournament as well as the regional site, and so we expect to have at least 2 more games. Well, that's to be at least 3 more games for these seniors to play here on their home court. Hopefully, we'll have to check with the school the the OSSAA and see what the live streaming situation is going to be. But we expect to live stream it. I think we're probably going to live stream at least the Ida Bell, because it's Broken Bow Ida Bell facing off in the district. That'll be January 21st. I think we will be live streaming that one. Check back with us. Check the social media pages for Broken Bow Public Schools, and we'll announce that as soon as we have clarification. But tonight we are, it looks like they put 15 minutes on the clock for the warm-up, and so about 15 minutes for away from tip-off. So we will take the next 15 minutes, probably we'll run some ads from our media partners and sponsors, and then we'll be back with the pregame introductions of the teams in the national anthem before the tip-off of the games between Broken Bow and Rattan. See ya in about 10.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburns and Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburns, family owned since 1939.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Well, welcome back. If you saw our senior night introduction, as you see, the Lady Savage is taking the floor. Lady Ram's already out there, and Ready to start warm-ups. Two teams in different spots. Lady Savage is a heavy favorite coming into tonight's contest here on their home court, and also still a highly rated team in 4A. There are only 3 losses all season to highly rated teams. In fact, the number 1 team in Class 3A and the number 2 team in Class 2A, and so. Again, a big favorite tonight, but also on a 2-game, again, very rare 2-game losing streak. Only 3 games lost all season, and so looking on the road to recovery. And again, not an easy week. We featured this in our last live stream. But we talked against Hal. We talked about how this upcoming, at that point, it was the upcoming 9-day stretch, but having to play number 2 Hal, and then having to go on the road and play number 1 Washington at their place, come back. By the way, that Washington game was last night at Washington. So this Broken Bow basketball team has had to take a long bus ride back from Washington, attend a day of school, and then get ready to play again here on senior night. And then they are going to have to go to Valiant, I believe, on Thursday, and then play at Ada on Friday. So just a huge busy week for Broken Bow basketball team, an exhausting week as it is. You're kind of accustomed to it as a fan, and if you're in this community, because we play in Oklahoma, obviously, for district games and for the playoff games, but because we are the largest school in this far southeast in Oklahoma, every trip is going to be a long road trip if we have to travel. Luckily, we do have those district and regional games here at Broken Bow, so maybe they get a little rest after Saturday. But they will be. They will be at Ada, I believe, on Tuesday. That's the last regular season game, and it's going to be at Ada against the Lady Cougars. Then they'll come back. See that shot of that's our region Councilman Tony Ward and the Choctaw Drummers. Man, really appreciate them drumming the team onto the court. And really exciting. Also, by the way, there is going to be a powwow here on April the 4th in this gymnasium. So it's set for Broken Bow. There's going to be a stickball demonstration on the field in the middle of the track here on the Broken Bow Public School campus, I believe. It's set for 10 o'clock that morning of the April the 4th or whatever, but that should be, man, if you haven't seen it, you need to come watch some stickball. It is a blast. Come to the powwow. So we'll have some more information about that out on the Broken Bow Public Schools social media, the AILYC, American Indian Youth Leadership Council chapter here at Broken Bow, sponsoring that, and appreciate all their work and the culture that they bring us. But that's going to be here on the 4th. I really appreciate what the Choctaw Drummers have done. It really adds a lot to them coming onto the court. We've still got 6:36 on the clock, and so what we're going to do is, drop it back to our sponsors for a couple of more ads and then come back as lots of pregame, and hopefully have the national anthem and then introduction of the teams, and then tip-off of this game. We'll be back in about, let's say, 2 minutes.
The more Native people we see on screen affects how we see possibilities for ourselves. More Choctaws on screen, more opportunities for us off screen. It's all related.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chata people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
To see Choctaw people on screen, I realized I could be a filmmaker if I wanted to.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
To see Choctaw people on screen, I realized I could be a filmmaker if I wanted to.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back, or welcome if you're just joining us. Chris Chandler here along with Johnathan Calloway. As you see the clock ticking down to the final 3 minutes of the pregame on this senior night here at Broken Bow. Girls tip-off anticipated as there's Katie Rogers taking a free throw warm. You see the only other senior on the team. That's Aubrey Hightower shooting from the three-point line. And interesting because they're often reverse those roads. That's the quarter from which I think that Rogers hit about 2 or 3 the last home game here from that corner. And Hightower was driving down the middle, drawing fouls, and shot a couple from the free throw line, but both of them accurate three-point shooters. Well, looking ahead at this game, and again, hopefully, as you see, Rogers going out to center court to meet the other captains. Let's talk about her. They just mentioned basically on senior night. Again, it's not a biography, and so you want to mention how many years they played, what their plans are for after they graduate from high school. But among the things that you don't mention during the senior night presentation is that Katie Rogers is or will be an honor graduate. It's already been announced that she will be an honor graduate, a very high GPA, very smart player both in and out of the classroom, basketball smart as well. And one of 3 sisters to play here. Her older sister Chloe, star of that team that went to the state tournament, I believe, back I think that was about 7 years ago. So I think she was playing, I believe she was a basketball homecoming queen, I think the first year that we did the live stream. So that's a legacy in that family, in the Rogers family. And then, of course, Hightower, the only other senior on this team, and that says something about the way the future of Broken Bow girls basketball is that they will have a lot of returning starters next year. But right now, concerned with trying to beat the Rattan Lady Lambs. Wow, that's the Rattan Lady Rams. I'm probably just going to say Rattan Lady Rams becomes a mouthful. But they're going to line up. We're going to have we're going to have the national anthem performed by another one of our students here. Another display of the talent here at Broken Bow. Actually, I think the band's going to play it, so that should be exciting. I'll let you have a listen, and then we'll have the starting lineup. Well done. I assume that is extremely difficult to play on a brass musical instrument. I would know. I do not have that ability. That is not in my skill set. But part of the Savage Pride's marching band. You see one of the reasons that band has received. I think now it's 29 straight superior ratings at district competition or regional competition. Starting lineup for the Lady Rams. Hey, hand it to them. They are not afraid at all to play up. And I mean upscale. They're playing a ranked team, a number 2 ranked team, 2 classes larger than they are. So, again, I'm saying they're a familiar environment maybe, or a familiar sight. Maybe not a familiar environment, as when they're here, they're playing the smaller county schools, Wright City, Smithville, etc., and not the Brookville Lady Savages. So I appreciate their competitiveness. You see the Choctaw drummers drumming the team onto the court. There's Tony Ward. Tony Ward, a member of that 1989 state champion Savage football team. There's Cawthron. Miss Cawthron has now registered 1,561 points. And then there are the 2 seniors, Aubrey Hightower and Katie Rogers. And they are getting ready to play. Love the sound of the drums. It's kind of a different dynamic to the pregame as it resounds through this gymnasium. Again, they will be back on, actually an entire powwow is going to occur here on the 4th of April, or currently scheduled for the 4th of April. And so it'll be an exciting event to attend. As you see at center court, it's going to be Ross facing off, and tip is won by Lady Savages. It's going to be Smith, gets it outside, and then it's going to be Hightower for 3 off the side bracket onto the floor, diving for the ball. Somehow saves it, but then I believe that it might have gone off of the Lady Rams and will be inbounded by Broken. Well, let's see what the call is. Yes, that is indeed the call, so they're going to quickly inbound it. Long shot, a little too long as it hits the bracket, goes out. Oh, great save by Genesis Smith going out. Then Rogers tries to get it out to Hightower. That might have been, it was not partially deflected. I thought Hockett might have got a hand on it for Rattan, but that is a turnover, and it will be Lady Rams basketball. Pass out to Buffler, to Noel, to Hockett, guarded closely by Hightower. Back outside to Noah, and then a drive inside, kicks it back out, looking for 3. It's going to be Avery Noah with the 3, a little long, and ball's rebound goes on the floor. Tie ball, possession arrow in favor of the Lady Rams, and they will inbound. Again, thanks to the sponsors you see at the bottom, our media partners, plus our sponsors, Washburn's Home Furnishings and James Hodge Auto Group. Appreciate all of their support of McCurtain County Athletics. Here's a pass out near top court as they get it back to Ross. Outside, oh wow, fake, pump fake. Short jumper, no good. Rebound inside by Woolsey. Quickly gets it to Cawthron. Cawthron working cross-court pass. Rogers into, oh wow, nice pass back outside to Rogers. Rogers from the three-point line. Oh, a little long. And a tip for a rebound, a foul call. I believe that's going to be on Cawthron. That'll be her first foul by anybody. So first team foul for the Lady Savages as well. Long inbound. And then it's shovel pass to Hockett. Outside to Noel and to Buffler, and then to, no, that is Noel. Noel driving inside, tries to get it back out. The ball's picked up, stolen. It's going to be Cawthron on the fast break. Cawthron up and in. Cawthron with her first bucket of this game. Lady Savages lead 2-0, and here comes the press. Bounce pass. Good job breaking that press by the Rams. Pull-up shot. No good. Fight underneath for the rebound. Pulled down by Katie Rogers. Going the other way. It's Rogers near the top of the key. It looked like she might have thought about shooting it until she drew a defender. Back to Smith. Smith somehow puts on the brakes, and there's a pass inside from Rogers to Woolsey. Woolsey goes up and off the glass, does not get it to fall, but does draw the foul, and that will send Tyson Woolsey to the free throw line. That's the first foul on Rattan. That will be on number 1. That's Briley Lundry. And so that puts Tyson at the free throw line, shooting 2. First one, swish, nice form. Gets Lady Savages to 3. Woolsey again with 931, now 932 career points. Looking to get over 1,000 this season. Here's a putback shot, no good. And there's Cawthorn stalking Buffler. Kicks it outside and down in the corner. Ball was last touched by, I believe, the Lady Savages, and so will be inbounded by Hockett. Pass in to Noel. Noel working against Rogers. Rogers reached in, almost stole the ball. Rogers got a hand on it. Rogers got another hand on it. And then there's a whistle. That's going to be a backcourt violation. Hey, attribute that to Katie Rogers playing that tough defense as she forced her opponent back. And after dribbling the ball on this side of the half-court line, dribbling it on the other, that's a turnover. Lady Savage is already up 3-0, looking to extend that lead, and there's a steal. That's going to be a fast point opportunity, a fast break opportunity, and Noel makes the most of it. I should say Avery Noel makes the most of it. There's Avery, Noel, and Andy. No, that was actually Andy that made that one. Gets them on the board. Here's a, nice rebound inside. Now, that was a tough play by Ross. I believe that was Ross, or was that Hockett? I couldn't tell. Now it's Hockett guarded. Gets it outside. That's going to be Buffler for 3. High rebound, hits the top of the backboard and bounces into the hands of Jalen Cawthorn. She pushes it down behind the back dribble by Cawthorn. Cawthorn weaving between defenders. Cawthorn up and in. Gets the bucket and the foul. Jalen Cawthorn with her second field goal and an opportunity to get a +1. The foul, the second one on the Lady Rams. That's going to be, and the second one on Andy Noel. That is not good news. She has the only 2 points thus far for Rattan. Might have a difficulty guarding Jalen Cawthorn, though, without fouling him. And there's a good deflection by Griffin. Quick pass down low to Griffin, and she gets it in. Wow, that was Anaya Griffin. Credit her with a steal and a bucket. And here comes Buffler in the forecourt. Gets it out on the wing. And there's Hockett. Hockett driving, kicks it back outside. Lady Savage recovered to Buffler, to Hockett, and then outside to Noel, and Noel's backing it in. Now trying to drive against Katie Rogers. Rogers deflects it. Smith scrambles and gets it to Rogers. Good hustle by Genesis Smith to get on the floor and get the ball. Quickly down low, and then it's a drive, and that's another 2 points for Jalen Cawthorn. Great series by Broken Bow with a steal, an assist, and a bucket. They're up to 9. Still 3.5 minutes, or just under 3.5 minutes left, first period. And that's going to be a tie ball. Tyson Woolsey tying it up. Possession arrow in favor of Broken Bow, and so they will inbound. As soon as Katie Rogers gets her shoe tied. And so quickly inbounds to, well, I shouldn't say quickly inbounds. Once she got up, she quickly got it into Cawthorn. Rattan opts to drop back defensively and not allow any fast break opportunities. Here's Rogers from 3. Rogers from the corner. Bucket! Katie Rogers, the senior on senior night, buries the first 3 of the evening and gets her team up by 10. 12, and there's a block of the pass by Cawthorn. She gets congratulations from her teammate. Timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. Broken Bow up by 10, 12-2. You are watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. See you in a minute.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Welcome back. Well, it's been almost all Broken Bow. And as expected, again, came in this a heavy favorite. They're playing on their home court. And they are a much larger school than Rattan. Lady Rams are scrappy, though. Scrappy basketball teams. They get it to Buffler. Back to Hockett outside. It's going to be Knoll for three. Bucket. That's going to be Avery Knoll. So gets her team to 5. Nice shooting and good ball movement around the perimeter by Rattan. Now it's outside Griffin to Cawthron to Rogers. And then back to Cawthron. Cawthron still had, now I was going to say now dribbles, still hadn't dribbled. There's to Smith. Smith's move. Smith splits a couple of defenders. Smith pops up. What a smooth looking shot from Genesis Smith. Genesis Smith becomes the 5th Broken Bow Lady Savage to put points on the board. Nice team effort here. Scoring-wise, and another three-pointer. Wow, that was Knoll. Knoll follows. That's her second tray. It's a 6-point ball game. Avery Knoll with a hot shooting hand from outside the perimeter for Rattan. Here comes, oh, nice feed inside from Rogers to Woolsey and off the glass and in. Woolsey becomes the 5th Broken Bow Lady Savage to make a field goal, and there's a steal almost by Smith. Swarming, and it is a steal by Rogers, who quickly gets it down low to Cawthron. Give Cawthron another 2 points. Give Katie Rogers an assist. Lady Savages back up by 10 just like that. And now it's Rogers almost tying it up as Rattan gets it across the half-court line. Having all kinds of trouble with the pressure defense from Broken Bow. Here's a pass outside. Another three-point shot from Knoll. That one goes off the front of the rim and then is rebounded by Cawthron. Rebounded by Smith. That she pulls it up outside to Griffin. Griffin to Rogers. Rogers drives inside. Katie Rogers taking it to the hoop. Katie Rogers drives down the lane and lays in a two-pointer. She now has 5 points. Her team has 20. They lead by 12. Here's a long pass down to, bounce pass intended for, I believe, Lundry, but went right in the hands of Griffin. Griffin with the steal. Now it's Griffin driving, spin back around. Griffin pops up. Griffin had some body contact there, no call, but the rebound was from Woolsey. Got it out to Rogers for three. Rogers now has 8 points. Tied with Cawthron to lead the Lady Savages. They are up by 15. Lady Savages really on a scoring run here as Rattan going to play for the final shot, still being hounded by the Broken Bow defense. As it's going to be Knoll. Looks up, Knoll with the leaner off the glass, no good. Griffin with the rebound, lots of time to get down court. Griffin launches it and doesn't quite get there. But what a scoring half and great defense by Broken Bow. They lead 23-8. We're going to take a quick break, have a word from our sponsor, be back. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Again, thanks to Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance, and to all our sponsors and media partners. Appreciate their support of this school, these student athletes, and the community in general. Thank them. If you see them, tell them how much you appreciate being able to watch these games on this YouTube channel. Looks like Burris in for the Lady Savages. As again led 23-8. And still do as we tip off this second period. Good defensive work inside as they were rotating. Looked like they're rotating Buffler around inside. And that's a steal. Watch out. It's Cawthron on the run. Cawthron driving. Cawthron laying it off and in. Jalen Cawthron now in double figures. She's now at 1571 career-wise. Presses on in the backcourt as Hockett picks up her dribble. Throws a pass and somehow, she got it past half court, but a little bit out of bounds. And so that's going to be a turnover. Lady Savages will inbound at the half court. Rogers in to Cawthron. Cawthron back to Rogers. Rogers looking. Now picks up the dribble. Gets it to Cawthron. Cawthron pump faked it outside. Cawthron to Hightower. Hightower looking. Now Hightower drives. Hightower gets swarmed. That was a good defensive move by Rattan, cutting off the lane. Now it's to Rogers, to Burris. Three-pointer on the way. Bucket from outside. That was Cawthron with a tray. And hits keep coming. Press is on as they get it to Hockett down across and then back out to, I apologize, I can't remember if it's Hockett or perhaps Hockett. There's a pronunciation. I'll double check on that at the halftime break. Anyway, Shaylin, how about that? I think I got that one right. And just tough Savage defense, just really nobody has ease penetrating it. Rattan having trouble tonight, like most teams. There's another steal possibly as, that one went out of bounds. That was a good attempt. Nice effort by Cawthron going up the side. And so the ball will be inbounded in front of the scorer's table by Rattan. But just look how close. And they're always moving. These Lady Savage defenders are in your face when you have the basketball. And then even on something as simple as an inbound pass, not giving an inch and with their arms up to deflect it. So really tough to break it. And that's one of the reasons they only have 3 losses all season. Here is a pass to the top of the key. And Rattan, I don't know if they may be intentionally slowing things down. That would be a good strategy. And here's a pass inside. It's going to be a jump shot. Rattles around and then falls down to the hands of Tyson Woolsey. Quickly gets it to Rogers, who gets it to to Hightower. Hightower in the corner to Rogers. Rogers to Hightower. Hightower top of the key. Trey bounces off the bracket. No good. Rebounded by Noel. In traffic, lays it in. That might have been Buffler. That was Aiden. Avery Noel with the 2. She now has 8 points. 8 of the 10 for her team. There's Burris in the corner. Now dribbles it back out to Hightower. Hightower to Rogers. Rogers feeds it inside, and it's going to be Woolsey working inside. Kicks it back out to Burris, who gets it long, and that's going to be a backcourt violation whenever Cawthron touches it, and so that will turn the ball back over to Rattan. 4:56 left in the first half as you see Rogers and Cawthron defending there along that sideline. Rattan, really a bright spot for them has been the three-point shooting of Avery Noel. I'd like to try to get her loose on the three-point line. Lady Savages playing it close as Buffler trying to fight off Hightower. Oh, there's a floater. Oh, that was a really smooth-looking shot inside. It is Hockett, at least that's what Jerry's saying, so I'll go with that. But Shaylin Hockett just kind of floated there and sank it. Here's a pass inside, a post-up play. Oh, lays it under, does not fall for Woolsey. Rebound comes up, though, and it's going to be a three-pointer on the way. Then a fight for the rebound by Rogers. She might have committed a foul. That's going to be her first. And the first team foul by either team of this second period. There's an inbound. 6 blocked and taken by Burris. Lady Savages get another turnover off aggressive defense, and it's just a pull-up tray from Cawthron. Second consecutive three-point shot from Jalen Cawthron. She now has 16. Her team leads by 19, and here's an answer from the Rams. That was a little long by Buffler, though, and quick thinking to try to avoid turning the ball over by, I believe, Lundry to bounce it off one of the Lady Savages. So it will be inbounded by Rattan. Long inbound as they get it out to Buffler, and Buffler gets it stolen by Hightower. Hightower off the steal, driving. Hightower lays it up and in. Aubrey Hightower becomes the 6th Lady Savage to put points on the board. They're at the 33 mark, and ends another steal and another bucket. Hightower gets 4 points in about as many seconds with the 2 in the steal, and there's a long pass, another turnover. That bounces into the hands of Tyson Woolsey, and now it's Hightower working, getting the ball outside to Cawthron. Cawthron bringing it around. Motion offense from Broken Bow as it goes to Rogers. Rogers stops her dribble, gets it to Cawthron. Cawthron gets a nice little pick there, and she goes up and draws the foul. That was Smith setting the pick for Cawthron to go down as she congratulates her. That's going to be the first foul on Crow. It's Abigail Crow for the Lady Rams, and Cawthron's first free throw is good. That's her 17th point. That one not. Oh, a rebound by Katie Rogers as she brings it back outside. Rogers from the corner brings it back to the wing. Now thought about pulling up and shooting, gets it to Woolsey. Woolsey drives down the baseline, feeds it outside, but gets it stolen. That was a steal by, I believe that was Sappington or Liv Clay. Not sure. Let's see what the call is. There's actually stoppage on the floor for a foul called against Broken Bow. That's going to be against Hightower, her first, second team foul by the Lady Savages. Ball will be inbounded. That was not Clay, as Clay just came into the game for the Lady Rams. Final 2.5 minutes of the first half. Oh, and there's a little bit of a mishandle on the ball. It's sprinted to, and it's going to be just another fast break opportunity. Cawthron. And once the ball is on the floor somewhere, Cawthron flies to it. And in one motion, scoops up the basketball, takes it in, and there's another quick hands. That was Smith, I believe, that got a hand on it. Deflected it. Rogers winds up with it. Lady Savages on the attack. Outside. Pass down to Cawthron. Cawthron pulls up from 3. Cawthron buries it from 3. Jalen Cawthron. 16. Cawthron now has 22 points, and there's still 1:42 left in the first half. Man, what a display of basketball from that young lady. There's a drive by Hokett. Hokett stops her dribble, pulls up, kicks it back outside to Clay. Then it's fired from the corner, no good, and there's a stoppage of play, foul called on Broken Bow, and that's going to send Rattan to the free throw line. That's going to be the second foul on Hightower. That puts Avery Noel, a great three-point shooter, at the free throw line. Misses the first of 2. By the way, that's a third team foul on Broken Bow. The Rattan Lady Rams just have 2. Or sorry, just have 1. And the second one made by Noel. So now she now has 9 points, 9 of the 13 for Rattan. Here comes Cawthron bringing up the basketball. Gets it to Rogers, to Smith, to Hightower. Hightower looking down low, and then back to Smith. Smith driving around. Smith pulls up the ball, avoids the steal. Cawthron outside. Three-pointer on the way. High rebound, no good. Ball's fought for inside, and wow, what a great save. I think that was Avery Noel going out of bounds. A good save for the Lady Rams as they bring it back down. Final 49 seconds, and Lady Rams may be working for the final shot. Don't want to turn it over. Don't want Broken Bow to have another opportunity. There's a turnaround jumper. That was off the front of the rim. It's just Genesis Smith gets the ball stripped. Momentarily had the rebound, but then that's a drive, I believe, by Clay inside. There's a long pass outside. Still 30 seconds left. That might be a two-pointer. Well, it doesn't matter. It didn't make it. And it's going to be rebounded by Hightower. Lots of time left. And Lady Savage is on the attack. Hightower dribbling, driving down the lane. Hightower looking to draw the foul and does not, though. That's going to be a tie ball or a travel call. It's what she is. I think that's going to be a tie ball. Possession arrow in favor of Broken Bow, so it will be inbounded. 16.1 seconds. Lady Savages have a play where they will run in. Well, that's going to be a pass outside. Hightower for three. Hits a bracket. And then, save. Wow, it was a great save by Rattan. And then that's a foul on Katie Rogers. That's going to be her second 14 foul, but only 8.1 seconds left. So just going to be inbounded. Lady Savage is going to drop back and not press as they already have 14 fouls. Going to play some half-court defense. Rattan going to try to get it down and get somehow, well, they should be able to get it to the half-court line or near there, but they're going to be in a position to have to hurry a shot. Here's Noel, and she gets it stolen by Cawthron. Cawthron launches it. Oh, off the front of the rim. Cawthron almost had a buzzer beater, but still, team with a substantial lead. 41-13 is your score. As Lady Savages ran away with that one in the first half. Kind of expected a big, heavy favorite here at home, but they performed as expected. I think we're going to have some kind of halftime performance by somebody, maybe the dance team or the cheerleaders, but they're not lining up on the floor right now. So we're going to take a quick break, have some more words from our sponsors, then we'll be right back. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, Our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
We all have stories. Stories show our humanity. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, welcome back. If you could hear, maybe hear the strains of Taking Care of Business playing in the background. Lady Savages doing that tonight, as they, as expected, have a lead on the Lady Rams, and a significant one. But what a great first period it was for Jalen Cawthron. As it's more the same. She has 22 points, 22 in 2 periods of play. And again, for those of you like me who are great at arithmetic, that would be on a 44 point per game pace. Don't expect her to get there, but probably see some significant substitution here in the second half. But Tyson Woolsey with 3 points of her own. Aubrey Hightower with 4. Katie Rogers with 8, but 2 trays buried it twice from beyond the perimeter out there. So 8 points on just 3 shots. Genesis Smith with 2 and Anaya Griffin with 2 to round out the Savage scoring. It's Avery Knoll. Avery Knoll with almost all the points, 9 of the 13 points for the Lady Rams. Shaylin Hokett has 2 and Andy Knoll has 2. And so looking at foul trouble, not really trouble, but Aubrey Hightower with 2 and Katie Rogers. So on senior night, the 2 seniors on the Lady Savage basketball team both have 2 fouls in the first half. So maybe reminiscent of, yeah, but I tell you, the way that Brookville plays, I'm amazed they don't have more fouls, and they don't commit them. They play pretty clean for the type of aggressive full press defense that they play. It's remarkable they don't have more, but they are, again, a very accomplished basketball team, very accomplished players, and they are getting it done here tonight against Rattan. For the Lady Rams, it's Andy Knoll with 2 fouls, and then Lundry and Crow have 1 apiece. Brookville also has Jalen Cawthron with a single foul. So very clean. Again, if you add all those up, only 5 fouls in the entire first half for Broken Bow, and only 4 for Rattan. About to about to tip off the second half. Tip-off being a figurative and not a literal term, as they'll inbound the ball. Again, we'll immediately follow this game with the Broken Bow Savage varsity basketball team taking on Rattan, and that promises to be a more competitive game as the Rams feature Canyon James, just an all-everything, 3-time MVP of the MC6 tournament. And he's number 24. It'd be interesting to see him, who likely matched up against Graydon Howell. Outstanding for the Savages. Play underway. Lady Savages inbound. It's Rogers driving down. Rogers passing outside. 3-point shot on the way from Cawthron. And tipped for a rebound by Woolsey. Goes out of bounds off the fingertips of one of her opponents. So the ball will be inbounded by the Lady Savages. Quickly inbound to Woolsey, who gets it to Hightower. Hightower driving to Smith. Smith with a reverse. Wow, that was nice. Smith went one way and then crossed over. Oh, wow, Cawthron wide open. Gets a wide open pass to Smith. Just can't get it there, but the ball winds up in the hands of Rogers, and she lays it off and in. Katie Rogers now in double figures with that 2-point bucket. Lady Savages up by 30. Ball brought up solely by Hokett. Now to Knoll and then to Ross. Bounce pass to Hokett, working against Cawthron. Oh, tried the quick pass inside. I think that was intended for Ross, but I don't think she was ready for it. And so bounces off her hands out of bounds, will be Lady Savage basketball. As Hightower brings it up, feeds. Oh, nice pass inside and a bucket by Cawthron. That was a great assist to Woolsey. She did the hook pass to Cawthron, coming parallel with the baseline. Results in 2 more points for Cawthron. Lady Savages now up by 32 points. Here's a 3-pointer off to the side, and a good fight for the rebound. That was great hustle by, I believe that was Crow that got in there and got that. Here's Hokett working from the top of the, or not top of the key, the side of the key. Ball's heading out. It's picked up by Knoll, and she had Katie Rogers all over her. Had to get rid of it. And now it's Hightower working defensively. Here's Hokett inside, passes or tries to get it back outside to either Buffalo or Knoll. I kind of lost her in the, that was Buffalo, but pass goes off the mark, out of bounds, and will be Lady Savage basketball. Lady Savages bring it up. It's going to be Rogers to Woolsey to Cawthron. Cawthron working around. Cawthron maybe thought about pulling up a 3-point shot to Smith. Smith driving to Cawthron. Cawthron driving, gets the ball stripped. That was actually Hokett that poked it out of her hands there. And now it is Lady Savages on the defensive end. Rogers all over. Now it's a double team, and that may be a timeout. That's good bracketing. That was Smith and Rogers forcing the timeout call to avoid a 5-second violation by Rattan. We're going to stay right here. Talk about where these teams are going to be going. Of course, still about a week away, actually a little over a week away from district play. District play, I believe, begins on Saturday. Of course, Broken Bow has been announced. They will host the district tournament against Idabel. They'll play Idabel here on the 21st of February. And those two Idabel teams, Broken Bow also going to be a regional site. So look forward to watching regional basketball here in Broken Bow. Lady Savages gonna have to go to Valiant, as I said, and take on the Lady Dogs on Thursday, and then they have to turn around and go to Ada on Friday. Or sorry, I'm sorry, not Ada. They have to go to Stillwell on Friday, and then they'll be at Ada on Saturday. There's a nice lay-in by Woolsey off the feed from Rogers. Another 2 points for her. Broken Bow nearing the half-century mark. And here's Hokett, feeds it inside and then back outside. Crow working it. And drive cut off, back to Crow. Crow backs it back out. And Rattan will reset their offense. They get it to Noel, and she has, well, I was going to say she has Hightower all over her. Look like she, and that's going to be a foul on Noel, is kind of either throwing an elbow or putting a hand in the face of Hightower, and so that's going to be her second. I thought she had two in the first anyway. The scoreboard indicates that's her second. First foul by any team in the second half, so one team foul against the Lady Rams. Bounce pass inside to Woolsey. Woolsey lays it off, doesn't fall, gets her own rebound and puts it back. Woolsey's starting to, not only had 3 points in the first half, but didn't need to have that many, as Cawthron, Rogers and company were throwing it up and in with, as it goes in sports, monotonous regularity. That's going to be a foul on Cawthron, her second. So now three players for Broken Bow with two fouls. Cawthron, Rogers, and Hightower. Junior and the two seniors. Here's a drive inside. High arching shot. Does not fall, but Crow somehow gets the rebound. Her putback attempt does not fall through, however, and it's rebounded by Woolsey. Here comes Smith, bringing it up outside. Cawthron for three. Cawthron in and out, no good. Rebound, fought for and save. That was actually, I think, Burris and Smith talking to each other as they were both after the ball and our teammates. But anyway, Rattan basketball, they'll bring it up. Working outside, bounce top of the key, then out to the wing to Hokett. Hokett looking to get it down the corner. That was quick reaction by Smith to get out there and not give any kind of open three-point look. It's just tough defense. Here's Burris defensively for Broken Bow working against Noel, and they pass it back out to Clay and then to Buffler. Buffler working against Griffin, or guarded by Griffin. Now she's working against Griffin, picks up her dribble. And ball stolen by Cawthron. Cawthron on the fast break, and Cawthron draws the foul. And so that's going to send Jalen Cawthron to the free throw line. That foul, I believe, is on Hokett. If so, that's going to be, I think that's her first. It is. So clean game for, again, Hokett or Hockett, I apologize, but off the front of the rim, Cawthron's first free throw no good. Second team foul, by the way, on Rattan. Second shot up and true. And that's some nice symmetry there, as that free throw gets Jalen Cothran to the 25-point mark and gets the Lady Savages to the 50-point mark. So she's got a quarter century worth of points. Brogabo has half 100. Here's a pass. Out to Buffalo. And then back to Clay. Clay gets the ball partially blocked, but also foul on Burris. That'll be her first. Second one on the Lady Savages. So Clay, oh, nice looking free throw from Clay. As that's probably a bit of a relief, as that breaks the scoring ice for the second half. Nice trip to the free throw, both of them. Both free throws straight to the bottom of the net. Liv Clay, good free throw shooter. At least tonight she is. But that's the first 2 points for her team of this second half. So as you see Hightower working. Kicks it back outside. Now it's going to be Griffin with the pop-up jumper. Griffin on one bounce does not fall. Griffin gets her own rebound. And Griffin out to Burris, back outside to Rogers. Rogers for three. Katie Rogers for three. Rogers now with 13. Third three-pointer of the evening for Rogers. Great performance on senior night from beyond the three-point circle. Here's Clay to Buffler. Buffler try to work against, sorry, that actually wasn't Buffler, that was Noel. And back to Clay on the far side. To Hockett. And then outside to Buffler. Buffler feeds it inside to Crow. Crow gets it to Noel, and she splits a couple of defenders, not able to get it to fall. Rebound by Woolsey, and here comes Rogers pushing it up the floor. Rogers quickly, top of the key, feeds it inside. Wow, that was stolen, actually. That was a good move by Crow. Abigail Crow having a good game. Block and a steal, or a steal and a rebound. Here's Hockett to, oh, wow, to Clay, and Clay was stripped by Burris, and Burris, oh, good effort. Yeah, I like what Kylie Burris did. She went down with Noel, and she lifted herself up to avoid coming down on Noel's ankle. That's good sportsmanship and nice effort not to injure an opponent. So appreciate the sportsmanship shown there. There's a shot in the paint. Does fall for Hockett. Coming back the other way, it's going to be Hightower pushing it up. There's a stumble inside. Wow, that was a hard foul, or a hard hit anyway. The ground as Hightower went down to the paint. So Mayfield with her first foul, her team's third, but that is going to send Hightower to the free throw line to shoot two. And first one, it's purchased. The second one does not. Here come, or sorry, the plus one does not, I should say. Here's Noel working against Griffin. Picks up her dribble. Or not, sorry, that's not Griffin. That's Hightower. Ball was knocked loose there at the end by, I believe, Anderson. That shot at the buzzer does not fall. That's going to, and in fact, I don't think the shot got off before the buzzer. Anyway, that's going to do it for 3 periods of play. It is Savages, Lady Savages, with a huge lead, 53-17. We'll have a couple of words from our sponsors. Be back. You are watching Brocabo Lady Savage basketball on the Brocabo Savages YouTube channel.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Welcome back. Broken Bow well in control of this one. As it looked like they're going to get the win here on senior night, 53-17 going into this fourth period. And it's been a really good night for not just the seniors, but also the rest of the Lady Savages. Jalen Cothran, tremendous, already has 25 points. And Katie Beth Rogers on senior night with 13 in 3 periods of play. And there's a shot from Rattan. That went through. And so Hogan with her 3rd field goal gets her team to 19. And here's Cothran slashing through the paint, lays it up, no good. And that is going to be a foul, I believe, on the rebound. I don't know if that's going to be a shooting foul or not because it was on the rebound. It's going to be on Crow. So, well, it is going to be a shooting foul. So that's going to send Cothran to the free throw line. As I mentioned, she already has 25 points. Opportunity to add to that here from the charity stripe. She adds 1. They get 26 points. Second shot hits for the rim, bounces up and then comes down, no good. Rebounded by Rattan. Crow off the pass from, I believe, Buffler. Gets it back out to Mayfield. Bounce pass to Clay. Clay working inside, and there's a foul. That was Marshall. Marshall defensively against Clay. I'm not sure if that's the foul, who the foul was called on, but we'll see. No, it was on Genesis Smith. That's her first. Clay, missed that one. Clay sank both free throws her last trip. And, as it looks like Clark comes in for Rattan. 5 for the rebound. And that gets won by Anna. Cookie gets it to Cothran. Cothran bringing the ball up. Cothran looking to drive. Behind the back dribble. Feeds it back outside. Drive inside. Pull up jumper. Pull up leaner. It's good by Marshall. Marshall. Good looking shot. Just kind of laid it up and in with a wrist flick. Little flourish at the end there and gets Broken Bow to 56. Here's a good bounce pass inside. There's a ducked under. Shot does not fall. Rebound by Camp. Quickly gets it back to Marshall. Marshall from inside the key gets it out to Smith. Smith driving. Bounce pass from Smith inside, and it's Camp posts up. Kendry Camp. Nice assist for Smith. Great finish by Camp. It's Broken Bow at 58. There's a lay it outside. Ball goes to, I believe, Sappington. Maybe that was Mayfield. Could not quite register that. To Buffler. And then to Clay. Clay trying to work in that far corner. Picked up her dribble and needs some help. Does not. Whoa! As Cothran goes skidding across the floor on the attempt steal. There's a momentary, and then Cothran is all back in defensive action against Hokett immediately. Bounce pass stolen by Cothran. She's going to push it up the floor. And then she's going to do the turnaround. Wow, that was an acrobatic move. A great rebound inside. Put back by Camp, doesn't fall. 5 for the rebound, and ooh, there was a hard collision with the floor. Good sportsmanship showed by Anna, helping up an opponent. But that's going to be a foul against Broken Bow. That's going to be, I think. It is. That's against Cothran, her 3rd. And so ball will be inbounded. Last 5.5 minutes, or last 5:20 of this game, the Lady Savages got to get their win here as they came in heavily favored, but performed as they needed to. And here's the ball. Smart play that time by Rogers. And Marshall just let it go out of bounds off the missed shot, and so they will inbound. Drive inside, and oh, wow, that was kind of a no-look Reener. That was just kind of a no-look throw it two-handed behind the back shot by Lee Smith. Didn't fall, though. Or sorry, that was by Hightower. Timeout by Rattan. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one as well. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. See you in a moment.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back. Chris Chandler here along with Johnathan Calloway, and we were about 4 minutes and 49 seconds of game time away from a victory for Broken Bow over Rattan. It's, I would say, a scrappy performance by the Lady Rams, and again, playing up 2 classes against a top 5 ranked team, and so they are coming in a heavy underdog, and Lady Savages playing several local, I would say, teams as opposed to their 4A opponents who are all 2, 3, 4 hour drives away. That's one-way drive, by the way, and they just got out of a Washington tournament that they played last. Keep in mind, this team played last night in Washington against Washington, the #1 team in 3A, and so good performance to come off that loss tonight and perform well at home. Here's a three-point shot. Wow, buried by Hightower. Hightower just sinks it from about 3 steps behind the top of the key and gets her team past 60. Here's Clay. Gets it outside, and then they're going to work it back in. Rattan looks like they get it out to Noel, working against Hightower. There's either a foul or call. Let's see what the call is. And then for swinging arms, that is going to be, I believe, it's just going to be timeout for substitution. And you hear the seniors, the 2 seniors, who hands it to Marshall, out to Anna. Anna drives, kicks it back outside to Camp, looking for help, gets it back to Anna. Anna from the top of the key. Anna drives, tried to bounce pass it inside to Camp. Got tapped loose by one of the Rattan players and goes out of bounds. Again, to look at that Lady Savage schedule, going to be on the road 2 nights from now at Valiant. So they'll be playing in McCurtain County, but against the Valiant Lady Bulldogs, Lady Bulldogs home court. Lady Bulldogs ranked number 14 in Class 3A, so no pushover, and always a tough place to play over there. So they're going to have to take a one-day break, practice, maybe get a little rest and recovery in and prepare for the Lady Bulldogs. Here's Anna working from the outside down the baseline, fires it over across to Marshall. Marshall driving in. Marshall loses the handle on the ball and gets stolen, as Clay will push it up for the Lady Rams. Back outside to Noel. And then back out. Well, there's a whistle blowing play dead just for substitution. So no foul, just substitution. And so looks like you've got Hurst and Anderson in for Broken Bow. And Lundry, the younger Lundry, in for the Lady Rams. Here's a drive, try to drive from outside. Lundry driving down in the paint, gets the ball almost tied up, almost stolen by Hurst. Gets it out to Teeman and back to Lundry. Lundry working against Anderson and kicks the ball. Wow, that was almost stolen by Anna. She broke on the ball, got back in position fairly good. There's a 3-point shot on the way. It's going to be a little undershot. Well, not more than a little undershot. So that will be Broken Bow basketball with 1:14 left. There's going to be a drive going the opposite way. defended by Cherry out there on the wing. And feed inside, turn around, and Lundry, I think she's going to get the foul and the shot counted. So Ross gets her first bucket again. Again, Ross, watched her in the MC6 tournament. Ross gets quite a few points, but unable to score against Broken Bow until the last minute of the game. That's a tribute to the inside play of this Broken Bow Lady Savage defense. Does get the +1 opportunity, misses the shot though. Rebound brought down by Anderson. She'll push it up the floor. Out to Anna. Anna gets tangled up with 2 defenders, and ball got knocked loose, and in the attempt to regain control of it, travel. So that's going to give Rattan the ball with 37 seconds and ticking left. Bring it quickly up across the court. Outside, driving, cross. It's going to go to Lundry. Top of the key, driving inside. Lundry gets the ball. Wow, that was, oh man, a foul got called, but that was almost a clean block/strip by Ashley Marshall. Marshall got a hand on the ball, and in the fall, and knocked it loose in the follow-through, got contact with the body. So good effort by Marshall, but that is going to send Lundry to the free throw line. Misses the first one, however. It's a 60-point game, and Broken Bow led throughout. 23-8 at the end of the one-period break, 41-13 at halftime. And looks like it's going to remain somewhere around that 40-point mark. Drive inside, and there's a shove, and that's a bucket by Marshall. Marshall literally got shoved while shooting that, so nice concentration by Marshall. Her 4th point, her 2nd field goal. Here's a shot at the other end, doesn't fall, and that's going to do it. 63-21, Lady Savages win going away. And they will be going away. As I said, they're about to take a 3-game road trip, going to Valiant on Thursday. I'll bring up again, great congratulations to Katie Rogers and Aubrey Hightower on senior night, on your careers here. And they are not over yet because there's a lot of basketball left to play, but nice to see you guys on senior night. But again, the Broken Bow going on a 3-game road trip, as the girls will be traveling on this Thursday to Valiant. And then that's Valiant number 14 and 3. Then I believe they're actually going to Stillwell. That's where they're going. I think up on the 5th, the 13th. So Friday, they have to play again, Thursday and Friday, 2 consecutive games. They play on the road, and then they're going on February 17th, a week from today, to Ada to finish out the regular season. Well, you see, boys about to come on the floor. Again, this promises to be a much closer matchup than the last game, as both these are highly ranked basketball teams. Rattan actually a higher ranked basketball team in their class than Broken Bow is in theirs, but Broken Bow in 4A, of course. And here come the Savages onto the court. Again, the Choctaw drummers drumming them on, also accompanied by some music. We're still about, according to the clock, we're about 15 minutes, 14:03:21 away from the tip-off. So we're going to go take a quick break, prepare for this game, and it should be an exciting one. We'll be back on the air probably, I'd say, about 10, 11 minutes with the introduction of the starting lineup to the tip-off of Broken Bow and Rattan. See ya in 10.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburns and Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburns, family owned since 1939.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Hey, hey, hey. Chris Chandler here with Johnathan Calloway, and we are about a minute away from introduction of our starting lineups and tip-off. As you see those, by the way, those two young men are probably not starters for the Savage basketball team, but one day, very well maybe. That's one of the great things about this environment here, sporting environment here at Broken Bow High, at Broken Bow Schools, is it is a community culture of athletics and academics, and so they really look up to these kids you see out there, really look up to these young student athletes, love watching them play, and they aspire to and often are players in their own right. 10, 15, maybe not 15 years in that. Doesn't make them a 3-year-old, I guess, in high school. But Savages, they'll come into this one a favorite, but not a heavy one, as we are going to see two of the best basketball players in Southeast Oklahoma, two of the best basketball players in the state of Oklahoma tonight. As you're going to see the introduction for the Rams underway, and you're going to see Kenyon James, a senior, number 24. He is the guy to watch over there. Kenyon James just does everything for that team. You hear the crowd. Yeah, as I said, he is the 3-time MVP of the MC6 tournament in this gym, not an unfamiliar place for him to play. And coming off about 3 weeks ago, another MC6 championship victory. Us Choctaw drummers are drumming in. You see how that far rail drumming in the Broken Bow Savages. And on senior night, senior Sky Baker. That's a little, I guess that's a Mike Tyson warm-up. Jackson McDaniel, hey, Jackson McDaniel went over 500 career points now with 509. And there you see Javion Heath, senior, getting the start tonight. A.J. Brennan. And Isaiah Fields, the other senior. All senior starting lineup tonight for the Broken Bow Savages. Those 5 guys, and man, what a great career they have had, not just on the basketball court. Of course, Baker, Fields, Brandon, and Heath, all members of that, all starters on that Savage football team. Went to the state semifinals, losing only to eventual state champion Tuttle. As get ready to tip things off, and we are underway. And there's Tabor with the basketball. Pass outside to James, back to Tabor, back to James. That's the guy to watch, the guy shooting right there. That's Kenyon James. He is the star for that team. So Savage is going to have to figure out a way to slow him down. Here's McDaniel working against Tabor, I believe. McDaniel crosses over. McDaniel outside to Brennan. Brennan drives down the baseline underneath. Brennan feeds it back to the corner. Bounce pass outside. And then McDaniel will work it back out. McDaniel showing the shot away. High rebound brought down. By Hill. Outside to Fowler, and then back to the top, back over to Fowler. Fowler's three-point shot hits the rim, and wow, what a rebound as Brandon went up and got it. Brandon in traffic, coast to coast. Brandon, wow! Brandon pops backward. Let's see if he waves off the shot. That's unfortunate because Brandon just kind of did like a half fall away mini hook shot. Does not count. That is going to be the foul on Fowler, his first by either team, but that was Adrian Brandon, AJ, with the J. Does not count, however. Feed inside to Heath, and there's a pass outside. Back to Brennan. Brennan works it, turns around in paint, kicks it back outside. Three-pointer on the way. Long, high rebound, brought down by Fields. Kicked inside to Brennan. Brennan off the glass and in. Brennan with the two-pointer. Back the other way. Again, the guy at the basketball is the one to watch. That's Kenyon James to Tabor. And across to Hill, I believe, or Fowler. That's a pass inside. Three-point shot on the way. High rebound, and it falls back through the net. Oh, wow, what a kind Brents for Gordon. And all 6 of those points just off 2 shots of three-pointers. Rattan, an excellent three-point shooting team. Just an excellent basketball team. Here comes Brannon working inside. Brannon lays it off the glass and in. But they don't have an answer for A.J. Brannon as he just uses his body and powers his way up and off the glass. 6-4. Long pass to Tabor. Tabor's three-pointer has a good line on it. High rebound, though, goes behind and is pulled down by McDaniel. McDaniel going back the other way. McDaniel reverses his throw. McDaniel drives the hoop. McDaniel with the bucket and the foul. Jackson McDaniel. The +1 opportunity. That's the second foul on the Rams. The first one on Gordon. Jackson McDaniel powering through. Tie ball game. McDaniel has an opportunity to give the Savages the first lead, and he does. The +1 for McDaniel puts Broken Bow up +1, 7-6. Tabor outside to James. James, look like they tried to screen. Gordon tried to screen there on, look like on Heath. Here's a three-pointer a little short and race for the rebound. McDaniel picks it up in the corner, quickly gets it up the floor. To Fields. There's a drive there, Baker to drive inside, pass outside to Fields. His three-pointer is good! Isaiah Fields drains it. Fields with the tray. Savages up by 4. Beautiful looking shot by Fields. Nice movement around the basketball. Tabor feeds it inside and floats. Fight for the rebound. McDaniel comes down with it. Off the floor. Savage seniors have taken the lead despite great three-point shooting by Rattan, and there's going to be a foul call. That may be on McDaniel for the elbow. I think it will be, so that's going to be his first team foul by Broken Bow. Coming back the other way, it's going to be Rattan bringing it up the floor. They get it outside to Gordon, feeds it into James. Man, James, that's a smooth shot. You see Kenyon James with the 2. And you see the fluidity of his play as a basketball player. And there's a foul called as Heath trying to bring it down the sideline. Here's the three-pointer on the way. Baker for 3. Some great accuracy from outside by Broken Bow as Baker becomes the third Savage to put points on the board. Bounce pass into the feet of James. He picks it up. James to Fowler to James. James working on this near wing. Now it's James at the top of the key. He will shoot from there. He makes a pump fake, floats from that same spot he hit the last one. And he hits another one. Kenyon James now with 7 points, leading all scorers. Here come the Savages. Oh, wow, that was some acrobatic. And here's a fast break opportunity. A 3-on-3. Pass it outside to Tabor, to Hill, feeds it inside to James. He goes flying to the floor. Kenyon James with another 2-pointer. It's a 1-point game. Rattan clawing back as Fields fires it outside to McDaniel. McDaniel for 3. High rebound comes down the hands of Hill. He'll push it up the floor, gets it to James. James all stripped. Oh, man. That was almost a steal as Fields knocked the ball loose from James. That's something to brag about. And here's James with a look from 3. Drives it in, plays out. That's a wide open look from 3. Hits the bracket, though. It's pulled down by A.J. Brennan. Brennan pushing it up the floor. Now Brennan slows things down, passes it back to McDaniel at the top of the key. McDaniel gets a screen and a release. And now it's going to be Baker. Baker bounce pass, Brennan in the paint, outside to McDaniel. McDaniel back to Baker. Baker bounce pass to Brannon. Brannon driving, gets his path cut off. Oh, nice feed inside. Brannon to Baker. Sky Baker slashes through on the backside, gets an assist from Brannon. And look at these seniors. I want you to see how excited they are about the play. 15-2 is your score. We're going to stay right here and talk things over. By the way, I do want to mention Broken Bow has this guy on the bench named Graydon Howe, one of the best bench players you will see in Oklahoma tonight, if not the best bench player. We expect to see him in the game soon, but Savages are up 3 points, 15-2. A tremendous performance by the seniors on senior night. Man, that was a great assist from Brannon to Baker with the underhanded pass on the backside slash. And how about Fields, Isaiah Fields? Again, Isaiah Fields, much like just like in this aspect, Katie Rogers, an honor graduate. He's already been named to be an honor graduate. Isaiah Fields, just a tremendous young man. All these are. It's we're really proud of what student athletes Broken Bow is producing here. But, man, that was a super exciting basketball going on here. And, again, 15-12. Rams can tie it up with a three-pointer. And that's the guy to shoot it right there, James. Well, they do have a lot of good three-point shooters. James just an all-around good basketball. Here's Gordon for three. Not good. Wow, flying rebound by McDaniel as he came just crashing in from outside, crashing the boards, that is. Out Brannon, top of the key. Brannon for three. A.J. Brannon with a tray. A.J. Brannon buries it from the top of the key. Savages up by 6. Outside to Hill. To James. James working against McDaniel. Kenya James trying to get past, and good defense. Didn't allow it. Now as you reach in, that's going to be a foul on Brannon, his second team foul on the Savages. And so the ball will be inbounded by the Rams. Pass outside. Drive inside by, I believe, Hill. Fight for the rebound, and guess who came down with it? That's right, A.J. Brannon. Drive Brannon and lays it off and in, and the foul. Brannon with the +1 opportunity. Listen, A.J. Brannon now has 9 points. He can go into double figures from the free throw line here in the first period. Tremendous drive and intensity from that young. I tell you, intensity, you talk about one of the defining characteristics of A.J. Brannon. And he's going to go play college football at Doe University, but then he does. He adds the +1. He has 10 points in the first period. Great night for that senior. But his competitiveness, toughness, and intensity is almost unrivaled. A.J. Brannon, one of those guys that you will always remember you played with. Here's a pass outside, working with Tabor. Working against Brannon inside, and Tabor might have got the foul call against, I think that might have been against Fields or possibly Heath. It is against Fields, his first. Third team fouls against the Savages. Pass outside. Drive inside. Floater falls for Tabor. That's Tabor's first bucket, I believe. It's kind of surprising. He's a proficient scorer. Here comes Baker, feeds it outside, then back to Baker. Baker gets one man, and just didn't have time to get the ball. Her first period has expired. Football score, 21-14 Broken Bow. We'll be back after these messages with second period action. See ya in 30 seconds.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Welcome back. Well, Savages have decided to put a junior and a sophomore on the floor. Actually, a A couple of them, as Graydon Howell is now in the ball game. As is Hightower handling the basketball, as is, I believe, Pratt. Sorry, that's a drive by Howell. He floats to the rim, and his first bucket of the night. He came in with 1,859 points, now with 1,861 career. And here's the matchup. They're sending James down around the corner. You'll see Howell there. They try to screen, actually do screen Howell off, and then he takes over coverage. There's a Tabor with a bucket. I said Tabor had a quiet first period, but starting to heat up now. Here's a pass to Hightower down in the corner. Bounce pass is, oh wow, that was a steal on that bounce pass down the baseline by Baker. There's quick hands inside by, I believe, Gordon. Here's a baseline move, and that's going to be James floating to the rim. James now in double figures. He has 11. Here's Graydon Howell, and Howell gets the ball stripped. Watch it coming the other way. Here comes James floating to the rim, and he lays it off and in. And you're going to see, again, very different physiques, but very similar play with regard to the fluidity and the skill between Graydon Howell for Broken Bow and Canyon James for Rattan. They both just have that ability to float to the rim, lay it in, get it to come off the glass. James much more of a traditional high, fly to the rim, up, lay it off really high on the glass. And Graydon Howell parries a three. Graydon Howell with a tray, his 5th point in under 2 minutes. But Howell more of a, he goes up in the air and then somehow manages to float there between defenders, lay it off the glass and in before he touches the floor again. Here's Gordon for 3 for the Rams. It's going to be a high bounce, winds up in the hands of Baker, quickly hands it to Hightower. Hightower working inside. Hightower goes in traffic. Hightower with the switches hands, and that's going to be, I believe, who was that? Was that Axton that got that rebound? Or no, sorry, that was Hanks. And there's a score on the other end. That's going to be Tabor with another bucket, his 2nd one of this period. Still barely 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Howell for 3. He pulls up. Graydon Howell! Same spot, same shot, same result. Graydon Howell now has 8 points in under 3 minutes. A great bench player, as he did not see the floor in the first half. Here's an answer from the Rams as Tabor answers. 3-point ball game. Howell down in the corner, 3-point from Baker, a little bit over, and now it's going to be Rattan pushing it up the floor. Here's a stalking. Oh, that was a good job stalking by McDaniel as he interrupted the rhythm there at least. He might have got a finger on the basketball, so now it's Tabor working across to the corner. Drive down low, and there's a turnaround jumper, or not a turnaround jumper, just a jumper, flat-footed. Tabor feeling it as there's a 3-pointer from Graydon Howell. Howell is now in double figures, and he's only been playing for 3.5 minutes. 11 points for Howell. Here comes James. Canyon James working against Baker. James dribbles it back to the top of the key. Over to the side to Gordon, back to James. They're trying to screen off for James. Looked like that was Hanks that came out. Hanks defensively against James. And that's a great big rebound by Howell. Howell pushing it up the floor. Howell pulls up, shoots from 3. Graydon Howell shots off a little. Rebound is stolen by Hightower. Hightower goes in, lays it off the glass, gets his own rebound. The putback is good. Adrian Hightower with some razzle-dazzle. Savage is now up by 6 off the Hightower 2-pointer. Howell is retying his shoes. And James is indicating a play for his team to run. 3:27 and ticking left in this first half. Here comes Hill. Here's a floater, and that falls off the front. 5 for the rebound. It's Hanks flicks it to Howell. Now Howell's a 1-on-2. Make it a 1-on-3. Fall away jumper from Howell, no good. And then gets one of the players, trips over him. Rebound, here comes James. James, attempt to steal. by Hal. McDaniel working over there against James. Pass to Tabor. Tabor looking inside. Look at this. There's a fight in the paint between Hal and, wow, that's a three-pointer from outside. That's going to be, I believe that was Fowler. I think that was Fowler with 3 on that one. And we're back to a three-point game, 34-31. Savages have the lead. Still 2.5 minutes plus left in this first half. Hal working near the Savage head, setting up the offense. Outside to Baker. Baker, bounce pass, almost stolen. And they wanted a backcourt violation. That ball was actually hit by James, though. And here, bounce pass down low to Hal. Hal floats, gets it partially blocked, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Count it, plus the foul. Graydon Howell with the putback and the foul on the +1 opportunity. His team's up by 5. And Howell has an opportunity to get him up by 6. 36-31 is your score, 2:14 left. Oh, man, what a clean game, too. This is 0 team fouls for Rokobo, just 1 for Rattan. Very skilled basketball being played as Howell's +1 is good. 14 points for Graydon Howell in less than 1 period of play. Didn't see the floor in the first period, and so Savages up by 6. Here's a drive inside, pass back outside. 3-point shot on the way. High rebound, fought for and brought down on the floor. Still going, and that ball goes out off of, I thought Rattan, up, goes out off of Broken Bow, so it will be inbounded by the Rams. It's going to be James working against Hal. James working across against Pratt, and then might have drawn the foul. That'd be Pratt. That'd just be the second team foul on Broken Bow, just the first one on Pratt. So ball will be inbounded. It's going to be Hill. Hands it to James. James now dribbles down inside, fires it back out to the corner. 3-pointer is buried from the corner by Gordon with a tray. 3-point ball game. We're hovering around that 6-3 lead for Broken Bow as Rams hanging in there with great 3-point shooting. Here's, oh wow, somehow that's going to be a foul called, I believe, on Rattan as Graydon Howell drove in there between a couple of guys. One of them reached in and grabbed the arm, so just the second team foul on the Rams. That's going to be the third one, however, on Gordon. Here's a fight for the rebound. Graydon Howell gets it, turnarounds, floats, and lays it in there. Such fluidity and athleticism combined in Graydon Howell as he just kind of floats there and then holds the ball until he starts to come back down, releases it, and just it's hard to guard that young man. Here's a bounce pass inside. Savages up by 5 off the Howell 2-pointer. Here's a 3-point, another one from outside by Gordon. Gordon getting hot outside. His second consecutive 3-pointer. 2-point game. 41 seconds left in the half. A steal, and here comes James, and that was a good foul to give. As Kenya James also very skilled. Might have had an easy 2-pointer. Instead, Brandon elects to commit the foul and get his defense set back up. Smart move by the senior. But this is an opportunity for Rattan to tie it up or take the lead with a 3-pointer. I think they may be looking more toward the latter option as they have been shooting lights out from behind the perimeter. And there's going to be James for 3. That's off the front. Great rebound by Pratt as he went up and got it. So now it's the Savages that have an opportunity to extend their lead and go in either +4 or +5 off a 3-pointer at the half. Here's Tomlinson to Hightower. Cross-court pass all the way to Thompson in the corner. Wow! Tomlinson buries it from 3, and Graydon Howell threw it all the way to that corner. Opportunity as Tabor drives in. Tabor floats, and that's going to be a block. I believe it's going to be a foul, and unfortunately for Brandon, that will be his 3rd if that is on him. It is, and it is, and so that is going to send, with no time left basically, is just going to send Rattan, Tabor to the line to shoot 2. High, wow, Kind rim as it bounces straight up and then goes straight down through the hole. And so Rattan, opportunity to cut it back to three, and they do. 3-point game, 42-39 at the half. Man, we told you this would be a competitive, exciting game, and it has not been disappointing. Well, we're going to have a Savage dance team is going to perform at halftime, so we'll turn it over to Jerry Falling, our announcer, and to the dance team. But we'll be back after that. We'll cut to commercials and be back with a tabulation of that high-scoring first half. Both teams, Savages 8 points away from 50, and the Rams 11 points away from 50, and we're just halfway through.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome to the floor the Savage Dance Team. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for your Savage Dance Team.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Well. It has been a exciting first half of basketball in what is a very, very close game, a one-possession game right now, 42-39. Savages with the lead. And again, I'd say the usual suspects making their points, but also just a tremendous first half. The five seniors of the basketball game, five seniors on the basketball team, I should say, came out and had a great start. Guys that usually aren't there, that's going to be obviously Jackson McDaniel, longtime starter for this team, A.J. Brennan, same story, Sky Baker out there. But the other two, Fields and Heath, doing very well the entire first period, and a great three-pointer shot by Isaiah Fields. Got to even things up there. And so played the entire first period without Graydon Howell on the floor. And he decided, well, he didn't decide. I'm sure he would have played, but understandably, let the senior teammates play. But came out in the second period and just caught on fire from the floor as he's got 6'9". 16 points by Graydon Howell in just the second period, so scoring 2 points per minute. That's a tremendous effort. And then for the Rams, it's Canyon James. As I said, the usual suspects. He has 13 in that first half. Add that to 10 or 12 by Tabor. I'll have to double check the books, the official books on that. But Tabor also in double figures anyway. And then Gordon and Fowler adding three-pointers. So keeping the Rams within striking distance, well within striking distance. It's a three-point ball game. So we'll see how this goes down. Again, two excellent basketball teams, two teams headed into the playoff, looking to go deep into the playoffs. Like to go to the state tournament, like to win a state championship. Rattan Rams, of course, regular feature at the 2A state tournament. They have been playing great basketball there for a long time, but for many years in a row there, the three-time defending MC6 tournament champions. And they've got the MVP of that, the three-time MVP of that tournament, number 24. Going to look for a big second half. Graydon Howell, number 4, G4 for Broken Bow. Going to look for the same. As it should be exciting, and someday maybe be able to tell if you're a younger person, if you're a student or young adult, then tell them one day you'll be able to reminisce about the time you saw these people play this basketball. I mean, you were watching that. You may take it for granted, may think that's just the great people that are playing, but I'm telling you, these are generational athletes you're seeing. Graydon Howell is the greatest athlete that's ever attended Broken Bow High School. I had never seen anything like it. Likely could be an all-state athlete in 4 sports should he desire. And the current 400-meter champion obviously has been offered by multiple D1 colleges, including lately the University of Oklahoma, to play a football, as a football scholarship athlete. Also set the freshman record for points in a game and points scored. on the basketball court. Also was an all-district outfielder, I believe, as a freshman in baseball. So just a tremendous athlete. And on the women's side, you got Jalen Cawthron celebrating, already recognized for scoring 1,500 points. She's a junior, as is Graydon Howell, and Howell moving in closer on the 2,000 mark. May hit it this season. He had 1,859 coming into this game, and so if he averages about 30 points over the next few games, then he will likely hit that 2,000 mark before the end of this basketball season. Just a tremendous performance for that young man. Basketball is a team sport. He's a team player, though, and so his team leads by 3. They're going to have to hold on to that against a very, very good shooting team. And there's the alley-oop. Wow, to Kenya James. Man, that was a nice pass on the assist, but James just kind of floated in there and laid it off the glass and in. It's a 1-point basketball game. That's the kind of and they're trying to, Savages try to answer. Unable to do so, and now it's the opportunity of the Rams to take the lead as James with the basketball working against Howell. James in front of his own bench looking to, passes it back off to Hill. And then to Gordon, back to James. James working against Howell near the top of the key. Floats, dishes to the corner. 3-point shot on the way. High rebound, fought for, and there's an offensive board. Here comes James. James flying to the hoop, and Canyon James with a foul and the bucket. James gives his team the lead with an opportunity. By the way, that foul's on Baker, his first foul by any team in this second half. But James, with the ability on the +1 to extend that lead by 2, he does. Very good free throw shooter as well. So now the Rams have erased that halftime lead, and now they're up by 2. As Broken Bow looking for an answer, they get it out to Howell. Howell thought about shooting it from 3, bounces it back out, feeds it inside, drive inside, high rebound pulled down by Rattan. Canyon James pushing it up the floor, kicks it out to the corner. James thought about shooting a 3, guarded by Baker. Now it's going to be Hill. 3-point shot on the way, high rebound. Man, I tell you, it's at this other end too. I don't know if it's a thing that's coached or if it's just a coincidence. Rattan has this spin on the ball. When they shoot, the rebound goes straight up, and it's a high rebound, goes straight up almost over the top of the backboard and sometimes up, but comes straight down near or through the net. That's a Graydon Howell streaking in, does not get it to fall. Rebound Rams. Here comes Tabor. Tabor moving in traffic. Tabor might have either traveled or got a foul. Let's see which it is. It may be on Crew Pratt. If so, it'll be his second. Nope. It's going to be on Baker, his second team foul on the Savages. Still 6:10 left, third period. Savages had a 3-point lead at halftime. Rams have since erased that, hold a 2-point lead of their own, trying to extend it now. Savages trying to prevent that. It's a turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound Howell, and then a foul. And that's going to be on, I believe, Fowler. No, it's on Tabor. That's going to be his first. And so that will give Broken Bow the basketball. Howell brings it up for the Savages. Instructs his teammates to Hightower. To McDaniel, to Howell. Howell in the far side in front of the Broken Bow bench. Yet to dribble. Now starts his dribble. Picks it up. Long pass to McDaniel in the corner. Opposite corner. McDaniel striding inside. McDaniel just doesn't get it to fall. Fight for the rebound. And it's going to go to Rattan. Hanks in the game. Did get the ball, but had a foot out of bounds when he touched it. And so that's going to be out on Broken Bow. Immediately whistled. Here comes James to Hill, to James working against Howell. James floats to the other side. 3-point shot on the way. High rebound, knocked down, loose, wound up in the hands of Graydon Howell. Graydon brings it quickly through traffic, draws the foul. That shot's not going to count, but that is going to be the second foul on, and they actually attributed the team foul on the scoreboard that was against Rattan to Broken Bow. They actually have 2. There's Howell's shot, doesn't fall. Oh, great rebound by Hanks inside, out to McDaniel. McDaniel to Hightower. McDaniel for 3. Long rebound. Fight for it. Howell brings it up. Howell goes up, lays it off the glass and in. Tie ball game. Graydon Howell with the rebound and the putback. And there's a foul called immediately following the rebound. It's going to be on the bench. And that's going to draw some condescension from the Broken Bow crowd. Foul called on the bench, and they've corrected the indication on the clock. It is 2 team fouls for the Rams, but also 3 for Broken Bow now with the foul on the bench. There's a great rebound inside by Hanks. Or no, sorry, that was actually by Baker. Ball gets, I believe, tied up or the foul called. Nope. That's actually going to be a foul. That's going to be the 3rd team foul on the Rams, the 2nd on Hill. And so Howell will bring the ball up. Tie ball game, 44-44. 3rd period action. Savages led by 3 at halftime. Here's a drive inside. Hightower floating, rebound. Another rebound by Hanks. Gets it out to Baker, who gets it to McDaniel. McDaniel working. Gets his path cut off. Quickly gets it to Hightower. Hightower cross-court pass to Baker in the corner. Bounce pass to Howell. Howell in the paint. Turnaround jumper floater from Howell. Doesn't catch the front of the rim. Another rebound. Rylan Hanks to Howell. Howell for 3. Long rebound. This one comes down, shoveled. And there is Tabor at the other end and manages to get it, even though Hanks got down defensively. So Tabor off the cross-court pass. Man, what a ball game. Exciting action. And Hanks starting to step up as the big man gets all the way down the other end of the court. Time out on the floor. We'll take a quick one ourselves and see you in 15. You're watching Broken Bow Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Well, welcome back. Man, crowd getting their money's worth tonight. It is a 2-point ball game. Broken Bow led by 3 at the half. The Rams have come back mostly off the play of Kenya James and Kobe Tabor. And now lead by 2. Savages with an opportunity to tie it back up or take the lead with a 3-point shot. This one may go down to last possession. Again, we talked about how good these basketball teams were. Oh, there's a great pass, turn around, and a finish by by McDaniel. But that was Brannon with immediately a one-touch turnaround assist. And we're at a tie ball game again. Nice finish by McDaniel. There's a down low, and oh, it's Graydon Howell with the rejection. And follow-up no good, falls back in the hands. That's Graydon Howell with the block along the baseline. Clean block, so add that to Howell's stats. Hightower committed a foul, and that's going to be the 14th foul against the Savages. So still 3:16 and ticking left in this 3rd period. There's the Rams working around the perimeter to get it to Kenya James. James dribbling, thinks about shooting a 3, and then drives in, kicks out. Oh, wide open look from outside in the corner. Shot's a little bit off, tipped on the rebound, going back up, fight for the rebound still. 3rd opportunity, now the ball's knocked loose. Rams come up with it, shovel pass to Tabor. Tabor pulls up from 3, Tabor shot, air ball's out, and then that's going to be out on out on Rattan. Broken Bow will have the ball. Savage is going to inbound it. Tie ball game. Chris Chandler here along with Johnathan Calloway. Man, this is exciting basketball. 2 great teams. One from McCurtain County, one from Pushmataha. And that was a bounce pass, maybe ill-advised, as Gordon cut in, and now it's taken back. A steal by Graydon Howell. Howell lays it off and in. Savages take the lead off the scoop and score. Graydon Howell with a steal and a two-pointer. 48-46 advantage Broken Bow. Here's a drive inside, kicks it back out. As now it's to Tabor, to Gordon. Gordon guarded by by Baker. Or no, that is Hightower. Anyway, we're going to reset the offense as they get it. Gordon, he rotates it around James. James thought about shooting a tray, but then got Hightower jump back in front of him. Here is a three-point shot from James. That's a long rebound pulled down by Howell. Howell's going to push it up the floor. Graydon Howell in traffic slows it down and then kicks it to the corner. Oh, nice pass outside. Three-pointer just not good. That was Sky Baker. A great look. Just couldn't get it to fall. Went off the side of the rim. And now here's the three-pointer for Answer. That one also well off the mark. Rebound by McDaniel. Hands it to Howell. And Howell slows things down with a little over a minute left in this third period. Out to McDaniel as he has yet to dribble. Now starts dribbling. Bounce pass. Oh, great bounce pass. What a play. Jackson McDaniel split two defenders with a bounce pass. Graydon Howell shot through down the baseline, laid it off and in. Advantage 4 for Broken Bow. Give Howell another point. Give McDaniel another assist. That was just great team play. 4-point, and this looks like the Rams may play for the final shot unless something opens up. But nope, they got it stolen. Here's the Savages moving. It's Hightower. Turnaround. Hightower lays it off the glass and in. Adrian Hightower. Savages up by 6. 20 seconds left. That was a great steal. Good defensive work by Broken Bow. They may do more of the same. James here is streaking toward the corner. Now there's a move inside. He gets cut off. Savages, that was a great feed, a great assist, and good finish by James. 4-point ball game. Man, what an exciting third period as the lead exchanged hands several times, but the third period ends up similar to the way it started with the Savages up by 4 instead of 3 at this juncture. Let's see if they can hold on. We'll take a quick break. Have a word from one of our sponsors. We'll be back with an exciting fourth period. You're watching Broken Bow Savage Basketball versus Rattan on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Man, well, for the final regular season game here in the Broken Bow Gymnasium, it is a thriller. 52-48. Broken Bow Savages, 4-point advantage over the Rattan Rams, but both teams fully engaged, shall we say. And both featured players on those teams showing why they're the featured players. Kenya James, a huge start. Got to hand it to Broken Bow's defense as they managed to shut down James over most of the second half of that third period as he came out with 5 points right off the bat to give the Rams the lead. And then it's the Graydon Howell show. Here's another feed to Graydon Howell, and he does the finish. That time it's Brannon with the assist. Howell with a 2-point bucket. Savages extend their lead to 6. Wow. There's a contested ball. Winds up in the hands of Kenya James. Graydon Howell has 25 points thus far. Here's a 3-point shot through the bottom of the net. That's Gordon. Wow. Gordon, I think that's Gordon's third or fourth tray. And it's back to a one-possession ball game, 54-51. Here's Howell working against Tabor. Gets it out to Hightower. Hightower working against James. Hightower to Howell. Howell flying. Howell floating in traffic. Howell with a down low, up high, under you, over you, two-pointer for his 27th point and his team's 56th. Keep in mind, he did not play. Wow, there's a drive by James, and that ball goes down. Kenya James with the answer. James now has 20. Even though Graydon Howe did not play the first period. Here's Brandon to McDaniel. Outside to Hightower and then back around to Baker. And now it's Howell backing in. Howell lays down underneath and it gets the foul called, so that's going to send, well, no, it might not send Graydon Howell. I wonder if he was in the act. It's debatable whether he was in the act of shooting. And apparently he wasn't. As he was trying to be in the act of shooting, but he was fouled trying to pull the ball up. And so that's going to be the first foul of the fourth period. That one is against Tabor. His second here is Brandon. Gets the ball knocked loose, but it's pursued and brought back to life, or kept back alive, by Hightower. And then there's a call. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one as well. You're watching Broken Bow Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Talking things over on the Savage bench. And they have a 3-point lead. Wow. Keep in mind, this team, this is too impressive. First of all, again, I know 2A opponent, but a quality opponent, not just a quality opponent, one of the best teams in 2A. And so expect the Rams, and I hope they do return. I hope they go back to the state tournament. They're featuring Kenya James, senior, in his final season of high school basketball. He will be playing college basketball somewhere for sure. But keep in mind, this basketball team from Broken Bow played North Rock Creek last night in Washington. Had to come home, go to school, and then prepare for this game. So tremendous effort and endurance showed by the Savages tonight, but they're going to have to play the full game, because this is, again, an opponent that wants to win this game against Broken Bow at their home court. And that ball winds stolen by James. Watch it, James working against Howell. James floats, doesn't. Wow, great defense by Howell. And there's the putback, no good. Rebounds knocked loose, and I believe that was McDaniel with the block, or maybe Sky Baker. He was behind him. He was behind him, and like on the putback, second putback attempt, the third attempt, literally just knocked the ball loose between his hands. And so good defense. Broken Bow not giving off the steal by James, not giving up the point, not conceding anything, getting back defensively. And so forcing the Rams to work for every point they get. They're going to try something maybe off the inbound. They move it around the horn looking for an open three-point shot. Good job defensively getting over there and denying a good look, or an open look, by Hightower. Here comes James to Tabor. That's James to Tabor. Tabor working inside. Tabor spins around, hands it to James. James floats, and James sinks it. Man, that's such a smooth shot. Kenya James, that's his 22nd point. And his team's 55th. It's a one-point game. Here comes Graydon Howe to McDaniel. McDaniel to Hightower. Hightower, bounce pass to Baker. Baker driving. Baker outside to McDaniel. And now to Brandon. Brandon baseline move. Shovel pass over around the horn. Gets it outside. Floater by Hightower off the mark and goes out of bounds. No good. Will be Rattan basketball. And letting the ball roll on the floor. I guess, again, normally done toward the end of the game. It's a one-point game, so I don't know if that's just let's wear these guys out or what. I'm not sure I'd want to play an endurance game against Broken Bow. But Rattan also excellent conditioning. So, anyway, here's James working against McDaniel. James trying to go inside. James looking to float inside, lays it off, no good off the glass, but does get his own rebound. And Kenya James recess the offense. 1 point lead for Broken Bow. James trying to get the Rams up by 1 or 2 if he shoots from behind the perimeter and makes it. Here's Gordon driving. Gordon guarded by Brannon. Good job, Brannon, shuffling. Now it's James for 3. Long rebound and another offensive board by Tabor. Here's a second shot. No good, and there's a fight for the rebound, and that was going to be an undercut. That was a good job by Sky Baker going up after the rebound. He got cut, his feet cut out from under him. That's going to be the second team foul. And listen, this is how good a basketball player Kenyon James is, playing all that defense, offensively driving in the lane. That's his first foul. Second team foul on the Rams. Graydon Howell, meanwhile, I think Graydon Howell has 0 fouls. 2 great basketball players for these respective teams. Here's Howell. Fires it across the court, and that was stolen by Tabor in midair. That was intended for Tomlinson down in the corner. So now, once again, it's the Rams with an opportunity to retake the lead. Savage is looking to steal it, and oh, wow, that was Hightower went for it. Here's James moving in traffic, kicks it back outside to Tabor, back to James. James with the floater. Wow, bucket. His 24th point. And his team's 57th. They retake the lead. 1 point advantage for Rattan. Here's a pass outside, bounce pass down low, and now it's Brannon trying to muscle his way in. Brannon floats, and Brannon looked at the ref like he wanted a call on that, doesn't get it. And so, defensive board by the Rams. It's going to be James working with the basketball. Now where he gets Tomlinson. Going off the left side of Tomlinson, passes it back out to Tabor. Tabor backs it out, resets the offense. Clock ticking down near the 2-minute mark. Here's Tabor. Look like they momentarily tried to screen off Hightower. Now it's back out in the corner, back out. Bounce pass inside, knocked loose and stole. Oh, they're going to get going to get Tomlinson for kicking the ball. So Tomlinson with his first foul, Savages with their first of this final period. So Brannon and Tomlinson go out. Pratt and Hanks come in. Timeout on the floor. We're going to stay right here. Talk this over. I mentioned this during I talked about the girls finishing up their season on the road. Now, obviously, they're going to, well, not obviously. Sometimes you can miss one game, but these teams will play the same opponents, the same 3 opponents. So for the boys, for this team of the Savages, they are getting 1 day's rest, and then they are going to have to travel to Valiant and play the Valiant Bulldogs on the road. Valiant Bulldogs, I believe, ranked number 14 in Class 3A on Thursday. Then they're going to have to turn around on Friday and go to, I believe, Stillwell. Either Stillwell or Pacola. No, I think it's Stillwell. Go up to Stillwell. Oh, wow. Look at that acrobatic. I know that's just a tremendous display of athleticism there by the cheerleading team. Anyway, they're going to have to go 2 road games in a row. They actually do get to rest on Saturday and Sunday, but then they have to go to Ada a week from tonight. They finish the regular season at Ada, and then they will be back in this gym on Friday, the 21st of February, to take on the Idabel Warriors. That is their schedule. Not an easy road to hoe, so to speak, but also they're got their hands full tonight with the Rattan Rams. Savages trail by 1 and just a minute and a half. And I'll tell you, the Rams may just try to, they're going to drive. They may just try to eat the rest of the clock. Nope, they're going to fire it, and they made it 4-point game. That is Gordon That is his fourth or fifth tray of this basketball game. Here's Howell. Howell with the floater, and Howell draws the foul. That'll send Graydon Howell to the free throw line. He can cut into that 4-point lead. That's the second foul on Canyon James. So Howell at the free throw line. 83 seconds left. Savages and James gonna have to watch not getting a technical on that as he made contact with Howell in the head, but Howell's first free throw is good. 3-point game. I don't know if it's strategy. Savages, not quite at the point where we only intentionally miss this one and try to get the rebound, but Hal can anyway. Hal can cut it to 2 if he makes it, and he does. Presses on in the backcourt. Savages looking for a steal. Ball inbounded by Rattan as they're working against Hal and Hightower off balance, and here comes the stalking. They get it into the forecourt. Now Brokenbow may have to commit a foul. Again, Brokenbow just has one foul. And oh, wow, Howell went right after him. Graydon Howell forced the turnover as when a smart move. When he left the air at half court floating in the backcourt to throw it, Howell actually got higher than he did, held his hand up, forced an errant throw. And now it's Brokenbow with the basketball, an opportunity to tie it up or take the lead with a three-pointer. 1:02 left and ticking. Bounce pass, Graydon Howell with the basketball. Howell driving, Howell elevating. Man, Howell just flew right through the middle. Tie ball game, 52 seconds and ticking left. Graydon Howell laying it off the glass and in. And now it is Rattan. Maybe trying to play for the final shot. Savage is probably going to try to get this basketball back. Again, they have several fouls to give. Almost stolen by Howell on that play, and there's the foul. That's going to be, I believe, on Crew Pratt. Nope, that's on Howell, and again, that is Graydon Howell's. He did not play the first period, but that is his first foul of this basketball game. Just tremendous body control and skill. Only the second team foul against Brokenbow, so the ball will be inbounded. As Howell getting instructions from head coach Ryan Woolsey on the sideline. Look like they're actually going to go in there. Now Howell discussing something with the officials, or the officials discussing something with Howell, one or the other. And I'm not sure, I thought it was timeout. They didn't call a technical. Okay, it is timeout. I'll say that certainly shouldn't have been a technical unless something was said. I mean, no, it's not. It's just timeout on the floor. We're going to stay right here, talk about this tremendous night for both of these. I would say for the senior basketball. Keep in mind, Brokenbow starting an all 5 seniors were the starters for the entire first period on the floor, and Savages led 21-14. It's a tremendous effort by that senior starting group. Howell has 8 2-point. Wow, there's some more aerial acrobatics from Brokenbow, the cheerleading squad. Howell has 8 2-point shots. 3 3-point shots made, and 3 free throws. Man, 28 points thus far for Graydon Howell. Keep in mind he did not play the first period. So rapidly approaching the 1,900-point mark. But what he's more concerned about is, hey, it's turned over. Graydon Howell gets fouled, and he's looking for the T. He's going T as he was intentionally fouled after he stole the ball. As that is going to be the 4th team foul. That's on Gordon, his 3rd, but the 4th team foul against Rattan. Savages will inbound it, and then Howell gets immediately fouled off the inbound. That's the 5th team foul. That puts Brokenbow in the bonus. And that is going to put Graydon Howell at the free throw line. 25.2 seconds left. Do you like drama? You've got it. 25.2 seconds left. Savages and Rams knotted at 60. Graydon Howell at the free throw line to shoot 2. They dropped the rest of the Savages back defensively. So not looking, obviously not going to miss it intentionally. Howell sinks the first one. Savages lead by 1. And exciting it would be if somehow Howell managed to get his own rebound, if he missed it and got his own rebound and put it up for 2. I'll tell you, this is a great three-point shooting team, and the Rattan Rams, though, they are going to be looking as Howell makes the second one, and they're going to have to, well, they don't have to shoot a 3. They could make a 2. They are going to be looking to get the ball in the hands of either Tabor from behind the mark or in the hands of James anywhere on the floor to shoot that final shot. Savage is playing stellar defense, not giving him much of a look. Drive inside, going for it, it's blocked! Ryland Hanks! Hanks with the block! Savages draw the foul, but what a block by the big man! Ryland Hanks gets the rejection, forcing the foul, and the Savages have an opportunity. Again, it is not even close to being over, though. That's going to put Hanks, as let's see Hanks getting congratulated by his teammates. He got the block, picked up the ball, and drew the foul. But it is not even close to over, even if he hits both of these. Keep in mind, 8 seconds on the clock. The Rams are going to get down quickly, try to get a three-point shot. If he makes one of these, try to get a three-point shot, and then quickly pressure the Savage defense. Brokabo's objective, first of all, man, what pressure is on Hanks from the free throw line. I mean, again, oh, by the way, yeah, thanks. Correction, Rattan Class B, not 2A, but Rattan B1, that is. But what a pressure situation for Hanks, as he also a junior, but not a starter of this basketball team, but put in this pressure game to make some pressure. By the way, I mentioned it as if it's just an everyday thing. Graydon Howell went down and sank 2 pressure free throws of the first trip down the floor, as if it was just another day at work. But now the pressure's on Hanks. Really needs to make at least one of these, as Savages are going to contest this rebound, obviously, and drop the other 2. The first one does not fall for Hanks, as they drop Pratt and Baker back defensively, because the Rams already have one of their players down there. Second shot, makes it. Hanks sinks it. And so it is up to Brokabo now to play defense. We're going to stay right here, as they're going to talk things over on the floor. But now it's up to the Savage defense. Man, you got to hand it. Again, defense is one of the things they stress in this team. But that Savage defense at the end, with Hanks getting that block and preventing an opportunity for Rattan to tie it up, that was stellar. Gonna have to do it again, though, as you see the Savage cheerleaders. Turned in to be a barn burner. 63-60. Savages in the bonus, by the way. Any foul on Brokabo sends them to the free throw line. But this second inbound pass coming up from Rattan. Again, 8 seconds. That's quite a bit of time in a basketball game. Not a huge cushion, not that you can go slow, but that's plenty of time to get the ball down and maybe get a pass or two, try to get an open three-point corner, but not as Graydon Howell steals the basketball. Graydon Howell showing his quickness as he, man, great players make great plays in close games. That's the greatness of Graydon Howell. He stole the basketball, forced them to commit the foul, and now he just needs to make one of these 2. What a tremendous effort. What a tremendous athlete. What a tremendous student athlete. Swish. G4. Rhymes with score. Wow. And again, you can see the little bit of dejection now as he sinks both of them on the part of Rattan. As Graydon Howell has pretty much cemented the basketball game away, and he bats it away for another steal. Oh, doesn't put the post-game exclamation point, but looked like A.J. Brandon was breakdancing. Once the buzzer sounded, though, man, what a great game by the Broken Bow Savages. What a tremendous performance by the seniors to establish themselves. 7-point lead in that first period. That was tremendous. And then what another great game by Graydon Howell. And hats off to the Rattan Rams and Canyon James. He played against a quality opponent, made a great showing. But it's the Savages to get their win, and they get 1 day's break. Again, they'll be traveling to Valiant on Thursday. And then to, I believe, Stillwell on Friday. But see the congratulations students talking to Ryland Hanks, and he gets some love from his schoolmates as that was huge, that rejection and then making that free throw at the end. That's been an exciting game. Savages win them both over Rattan. And we'll, by the way, pay attention to the Savage social media post. We'll let you know when our next live stream, our next live stream is very likely to be on February 21st, the first playoff, the district playoff against Idabel. Haven't submitted that yet. You see Ryan Woolsey getting some congratulations there. But there is a possibility we will live stream the Ada game. It's a slight possibility because they do a live stream. If you want to watch the Valiant game, one of the reasons we wouldn't live stream those is, oh, that's the YouTube guy. That's our fellow YouTube guy, as the kids know him. But anyway, if Ada doesn't live stream that for free, if there's not some method, well, they'll live stream it for free. There's a possibility we may do that a week from tonight. Pay attention to the Broken Bow Public Schools social media pages, and we will update you on that as soon as we have information. On behalf of Johnathan Calloway, I'm Chris Chandler. It is a very good day and a very good night to be a Savage. Good night. We'll see you when we see you.
This is my time. I'm on the